So earlier today, I went to a client and I wanted to record their place and them speaking, and I really wanted to do that. And I really wanted it to be, professional and be cool. And I've been using this lavalier mic. It's got 2 ends to it, but it's really, really long. 20 feet or something like that. Because of that, it means the wire tangles a lot. Okay, I've had someone show me how to wrap it up so that it doesn't tangle up, but still, you're trying to put it away real quickly and take it out real quick, and then it still gets tangled. So we got this huge knot of it being tangled. So I'm sitting with the client trying to untangle this mess while I'm talking to them, and I'm just like, I need to stop untangling this and just get some of this in recording. Like, half of it is still tangled up in a ball. I just pull it as much as I can, hand him one end of the mic, and then plug the other end into the camera and go. That worked okay, but then I needed to start interviewing some other people, and we were standing. So the wire was just like going from them directly into the camera, and hanging in midair was this big knot of wire. So I've been telling myself for a long time I was going to get the Rode Wireless Go-To. Is that what it's called? Wireless Go-To Rode. It's got 2 different transmitters right here and then 1 receiver. So I've been really pumped about it. Sometimes I interview people, at least I was doing that before, where I was actually interviewing people in front of a live audience. And that's why I needed the dual-ended, 20-foot long lavalier mics, okay? So it was like 1 part that goes into the camera and these 2 long ends that come out of it. And I really needed that because I was interviewing people. So that was very helpful. I could be asking questions and they could be answering the questions. So this will allow me to do that. I actually haven't done that in a while, so we'll see if I actually get back into it, because maybe I could have just bought just 1 transmitter and 1 receiver, but I figured I'll go ahead and buy this because I might need that, plus I really, really need something that's wireless. So anyway, I'm going to open this up and I'm going to attach it to the camera. I'm really, really excited to use it. So let me open this up. Figure out the best way to do this without ripping the box, because it's not all about the ripping and the tearing. Also, I'm in a rental car right now. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm in Georgia. So to be like straight, I'm in this place called Dunbury in Georgia, which is right next to, I'm ripping this whole box up right now. Like it's not gonna be pretty. I guess I'm not returning this. I thought for a second I was gonna be able to return it if it didn't work out well, but I think they made it to be destroyed when you open it. Oh yeah, so I'm in Dunbury, Atlanta right now. It's right next to Sandy Springs. That's where my client is, Sandy Springs. So if you're in this area and you are a male who is looking for improvements in your wellness and health, this client, Nuberty Men's Wellness League, is awesome. Family owned and operated, and they're all incredible people, and it really helps you optimize your health to just be at your absolute most optimal level. This is something that a lot more men should have. There's a lot of places like this for females. Overall, females care a lot about their health. Females care about their well-being. They care about their skin. And, men, there are some men that care about it too, but a lot of men don't think about their health at all until some red flag goes up, and then they really need to see a doctor right away. So a lot of guys are kind of not really into that stuff, but women have been doing this for a long time. But your health is not something to mess around with. You should be looking at and actively trying to improve your health. So anyway, if you're in this area, you should go to Nuberty Men's Wellness and optimize your health. So anyway, this box is torn now. It comes with this little carrying case. Oh, it's pretty cool. I like to smell stuff. Got that new car smell. Not like this rental that I'm in, which the second I sat in it, I was like, oh man, this reeks of smoke smell. And here is the mics. Okay, cool. So it comes with 3 of the dead cats. I'm still new to video and stuff like that, so I still think dead cat is a funny name to call this little thing that goes over the mic to block it from wind noise. But hey, they chose the names, I didn't. It also comes with some USB-C to USB-A wires. I don't think that is coming out because of the glare. So, it comes with 3 of these. USB-C to USB-A wires. I really love that freaking camera and how it like changes so quickly. I don't get to use that feature that much. Okay, so put this snazzy piece away and open up this bad boy. Oh, it's even got these little peelies on here. So we're gonna go ahead. Oh, I don't know why it says 10 on there. Thought this one might say something, but it doesn't. So let's go ahead and give this bad boy a peel. Ooh, ooh-wee. Love me some peeling. Let's get this bad boy peeled too. But I'm having some trouble getting this shit out of here. Okay, let's give this bad boy a peel too. Man. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead, turn this on. I'm not really sure which button's the on button. Maybe it's this button down here is the on button. So I'm gonna press that and see if the screen goes on. And I'm gonna hold it down. Oh, I think I see it. Yeah, a little screen came on. So I'm gonna go ahead and hold down this one, see if that turns on. Yep, you can see that little line at the top on this one just came on. I don't know if the glare is actually letting it show, but that's working. Oh, all right. So in this packaging, I guess I didn't pull that out earlier, but it comes with this wire. So I think, well, I don't think I know, because I watched a video on this. I don't even know where the other, okay, here we go. Tick, tick, boom, coming on your radio station. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna put it onto the top. So give me a sec. 1 second later. All right, so this mic is officially plugged in. I am wondering how the sound is now. If I look at the top, I don't really know anything about this yet. Like, you know, how to understand the information that screen is saying. So I got to watch a little bit on that. I was trying to understand the decibels when the sound comes into the camera. So I still need to do some more research to understand a little bit more about the sound quality itself, and just like sound level itself. I just try to get whatever works, you know, like I'm not really into this yet, but I'm learning as it goes. Like my camera case is like this little soft case because I figured I could shove this into my pocket. So, you know, in the front of here, there's a dead cat for this camera that slides on. I got a USB-C Pro because that's how this camera charges. This camera's the Sony ZV-1. And then I had my old video card, which I just got this because I bought the camera and I needed something right away. And this is the only card that the Best Buy had when I was in there. So now I have a bigger card in the camera now. The reason I got a bigger card was I actually ran out of space one time when I was recording, and that sucked, like to be out of space and then needing to go through the camera and try to delete stuff while I was sitting there. But I was like, I'm never gonna have this experience again. I'm gonna go ahead and get a 512 gigabyte. That one that I had before was 128. 512, I shouldn't have that problem. I just gotta make sure every once in a while to still go through and delete that. I hope the quality of sound that's coming through here is awesome. I hope it's a lot better than it was before. I'm really excited to play around with this a little bit more. So I'm gonna go ahead and when I get home, plug this into the computer and tell the difference in sound quality and make sure that the sound quality that's coming in from here is good, and good enough that I can bring it to the client. Because you know, my goal is to do as good of quality as video work as I can for my clients, and it's really just a value added service. I always want to give the most professional appearance. So, you know, I'm a total goofball. I love to have fun. I love to connect with people, and I want to do my best work all the time. all the time. So at Massive Pockets, we do have a team, and our goal is to make the lives of the owners of the businesses and everyone in it as good as we possibly can, okay? So if everyone's life is better, then our lives are better. Everyone just benefits from that. So when I do something that seems very non-professional in the client's eyes, it like makes me cringe inside. It's like painful for me. So today when I was recording and I had the ball of like all these wires and knots that were going on, that was kind of cringeworthy and I felt very unprofessional. The video content that we're actually going to produce is probably going to be phenomenal. You know, the team is able to create really incredible content, and that's thanks to our absolutely incredible video editor as well. Yeah, I think it'll be way more professional just having like this thing on, just this one piece, rather than all those crazy wires everywhere. So I'm gonna go listen to how this sounds on my computer now. So I'll talk to you later. Also, this whole time I've just been like playing with this dead cat right here. It was kind of soft and nice. Peace. So I was really debating on going out to dinner. I just worked out and came back in here. Really wanted to play around with these mics. I saw like nothing else more fun than that. I can already see like this has a lot of weight and it keeps like, you know, messing up my shirt. So maybe I'll do a lavalier. I was excited to come play around with the microphones, learn them, and I was like, okay, I'll go out to dinner. And I already drank one of these Soylents today, and I am about to drink another just because, I don't know, I want to keep playing around with the mics, keep playing around with the video content. It sounds more fun to me than go and sit in a restaurant anyway. You know, sometimes in a hotel, the refrigerator is more like a freezer and everything freezes in there. I got a salad, the lettuce was frozen, and I got some fruit that's frozen too. This is pretty icy, but I ain't complaining. I got a refrigerator, and that's awesome, because some places don't have a refrigerator, and then you have to go out every single time you want food. Or you just get like ramen and stuff like that. During this traveling, I've actually lost weight and gotten thinner, because rather than go to the gym and eating all the food I want, I have instead been doing more running and drinking a lot more protein shakes or just eating protein bars or like quick items. Although I have also been like eating ramen or other simple things too. Okay, so I was trying to mention that I went to a client's office and I was recording a testimonial from them as well as just a lot of their staff and what they think about the company. So initially when I recorded a testimonial, which is for Massive Pockets itself rather than for their company, you know, I pulled out the wire and I'm like untangling this 20-foot long wire while I'm talking to them and hoping to plug it in because they're saying all this good stuff. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna keep trying to untangle this wire. And I decided that, you know, I wasn't gonna be able to untangle it all because it's, you know, 20 feet or whatever it is. It's a pretty long wire, and I was like not gonna be able to untangle it during that meeting with them. And I need to get this stuff that they're saying in. So I was like, all right, just hurry up and pull as much of the wire as you possibly can and then hook it onto them. Luckily we were at a table, so I was able to, like, you know, not show all the crunched up wires and all the tangles and stuff like that. And I got him to, you know, put it on his shirt, and I plugged the other end in the camera. First off, the microphone that we're using, it's like a double-ended lavalier mic. Like I mentioned, it's 20 feet long, and I honestly got that for $18 off of Amazon, and I've been using just that for years, for forever, okay? Whenever I got this camera. Actually, I've been using that since I was doing audio recordings on my phone for podcasts before. So then I went into their office and I was going to record some of their employees speaking. Now we were doing this standing up, so it was me trying to pull as much wire as I could so we could have something, and then you know, hooking it, putting it through their shirt and the lavalier you know, on them. And then the wire was hanging in midair, and I had the other end plugged into the camera, and then right in the middle was this big clump of wire. This big clump of wire. So, as you can see, there's two ends to this lavalier mic, which are stuck somewhere here. So, you know, you just try to pull one as far as you can, and then you got the other end. So it was literally like just this hanging thing right in the middle. Okay? Looks terrible. I used to be able to wrap this up properly. But after a certain amount of time, you're just like in a rush and you're just trying to hurry up. So you're just like throwing in the bag and then it becomes this tangled mess. And having to deal with this every single time was so frustrating. It made me not want to pull my camera out and film. Like, honestly, like the more hassle and the more friction you're put in your way, the less you'll do something. So if you want to do something more, remove friction. So what I'm hoping is that this new microphone that I'm using will reduce friction tremendously. I won't ever have to use this again. In fact, I might even just give it or throw it away before I leave here so that I won't have to deal with this thing again. And then for now on, I'll just use this mic. One huge factor of why I got this microphone today was I asked if I can go back tomorrow, and I was like really embarrassed that I had that dual-ended like wired microphone. So I asked if I can come back tomorrow. They said, yeah, I got more interviews to do with some more of the staff so we can get content. I'm gonna be able to use this, and this is gonna look so much more professional than that freaking hanging clusterfuck of wire. Anyway, I might get a lavalier for this at some point. This seems to be doing fine, and it might do fine on their scrubs. They have like, you know, a V-neck scrub, and I don't see it like pulling down like this Henley's kind of doing. Or before this video, I had a tank top on and it kept like folding in because it was too loose. So if something like that happens, I'll go ahead and get the lavalier mic and that can plug into the top of this. Otherwise, I think this functions perfectly fine. Now I'm going to plug it in and see how this sounds. Okay, I hope the sound quality comes out all right. So right now I'm traveling and I'm visiting clients. I'm in Atlanta at the moment, and I was visiting 2 clients here. So tonight I wanted to go to a meeting with a client. We're gonna go to dinner, and I had so much work to do today. I had a new client that was onboarded this week that I got after visiting San Francisco for a little bit. You know, before I left for dinner, I spoke to this client, and there was a lot more work that came up. So I was like, all right, well, I guess I'm gonna go to dinner and then come home and do this work. Anyway, dinner was awesome. Really, really good connecting with that client in person. I feel like I should have been doing that earlier, like a long time ago. Connecting with clients in person is absolutely incredible. I mean, I care about the work I do, and I genuinely want to connect with the business owner, and I want to make sure that, you know, their life is becoming better, everything in their world is getting better, and it felt really good to actually be able to speak in person with them. It made me feel incredible, because the clients that I have in Atlanta are doing absolutely incredibly, and I've been working with both of them for like over 2 years. So now I finally was able to meet in person, and they're obviously happy with the work. I mean, they stayed with us for a long time. Anyway, so now I'm back home. It is 10:52 p.m. and I need to do more work. I'm about to sit on my computer and do more work. So I want to just pull out the camera real quick to give you a quick hey. Say this morning I woke up at 8 a.m. Oh yeah, the thing that's been getting me out of bed lately is the breakfast at the hotel. Like, I freaking love breakfast at hotels. Like, it's a reason to get up in the morning. Like, sometimes, you know, I get up and then I just go right over to work, which is not the best way to wake up. I definitely make sure not to pull up my phone and look at stuff right away. I don't have social media on my phone anymore. My text notifications are off, so I barely use my phone anyway anymore. So I don't use that right away. I try not to like browse social media, which I can still do on my computer. Breakfast does get me out of bed. So I woke up a little bit later since I've been going to bed late each night. Woke up at 8, went downstairs, and then ate breakfast for 30 minutes. And then right when 8:30 hit, I started working. I have been working since 8:30, and if you consider that dinner work as well, I took a 30-minute break to go to the gym where I like worked out really hard in just that 30 minutes. And then now I'm back home at like I said, you know, now it's 10:53 and I'm gonna continue to do this work. I imagine that this work shouldn't take that long. I was rushing to complete this work, and it's like a new ad build and some new copy, and you can rush and put that stuff up, but a lot of times when you do that rush, mistakes happen. So I really try to make sure that I don't rush through it. And because I was about to rush through it and about to click the publish button, I realized, let me just wait until later. There's no rush. It'd be worse to make a mistake, get home and check it again when my mind is fresh. So now I'm back home. Everything is almost ready to go. I'm sure there's a couple extra things that I need to do, and I'm sure I'll see a mistake or two that I didn't notice when I was in a rush, and just be able to sit through, listen to some good music, and get that stuff done. So that being said, I'm gonna go get that stuff done. Oh yeah, and when I'm saying I'm gonna go get that stuff done, what I mean is we have an entirely new campaign structure and layout for Facebook ads for this client, as well as some actual new ad content and some new ad copy. So I want to make sure all of those pieces fit well in with each other and make sure there's no mistakes. I mean, the tiny little mistakes can definitely happen. And if you make a mistake in Facebook ads and then you change it and then republish it, then it might extend the learning process. That whole learning process is really for the algorithm to pull into your Facebook ads and then for your ads to optimize. When you put up Facebook ads, it goes through this learning phase that says, we are Facebook, we are happy that you posted with us, and now we're gonna assess what you're giving us and how it's gonna perform and how much people are interacting with it before we display them more. And when you get to that point where you're out of the learning phase and Facebook knows exactly how they're performing, then you can really start putting more budget into your ads and then continuing to scale it. If you don't get out of that learning phase and you keep editing it during that learning phase, you're really gonna have an issue. And then if you edit it after the learning phase, well, it's still latched on to whatever it created when I was in that learning phase. So you might have to create a new set of ads or a new campaign, whatever it is that your goal is at that time. But creating something new and then building off of that data, that's gonna be really important. So you wanna make sure that everything is good to launch before we end up with that initial kickstart. And we have kickstarted this campaign and we did want to put some more in it. So we got to make sure that everything else is ready to launch and we're not just slowly putting out these new things, which can really affect the data latching onto it. So I wanted to make sure everything was absolutely perfect before I give it the second launch. Even though it was all launching today, I figured it could wait a few extra hours for me to get back and then give it my full attention to make sure it's perfectly good to go. So that is what I'm about to go do.